Hello everyone, welcome to Site Programming Channel. Myself, this is Hemant, belongs to Department of IT, 2nd BTech. In this session, I am happy to discuss about class and object in Java. So let us see the definition of the class. A class is a collection of class members and methods. It is a blueprint which objects are created. A class is created by using keyword class. Whereas an object is a real world entity. An object is an instance of a class. Each object has an identity, behavior, and state. In Java, object is created by using keyword new. Now let us define the class. So before going to define the class, let us see what the class consists of. A class consists of three compartments. And the first one is class name. And the second one is properties or data members. The third one is methods or operations or actions that are going to be performed by that particular class. And that class is going to be represented by the block of diagram. And here is that block of diagram. In the first one, we use it to represent the class name. And in the second one, we used to represent what are the properties that are going to be executed by the class. And in the third one, we are going to define by methods or the operations which are going to be performed by that particular class. Now let us define the class. As we discussed earlier, in the first row we use it to say the class name, and here the class name is cbox. That means my class name is cbox. And here is the class C box which does nothing. That means which is having nothing. It does nothing. Now let us execute this. So this is my empty class. Now let us compile it. So before going to be compiling, let us check the directory once. Here we can see I have in my directory I have file cbox.java. That means with the extension .java. Now let us compile it. So for compile we use it to write java c, then after followed by our cbox.java. Now let us interpret it. So before going to interpret, let us check the directory. In the directory now a file created with the extension of dot class. Now let us interpret it. Java cbox. Now it is raising an exception. Main method is not found in the class. Let us discuss about this at the earlier in this session. Now let us declare the members in that class. As we discussed before, that in the second compartment we used to declare the members. That means we used to tell what are the members that are present in that particular class. Now in my class C box, the members that are present in that are length, breadth and height. And those three are of data type float. Like this, we can declare the members in that particular class. Float, length, breadth and height. Now again let us execute this one and let us see what it is going to give as output. And this is my class C box, and in that one length, breadth and height are the members of data type float. Now let us compile it. So java c cbox.java. Now let us interpret it. For interpret, java followed by space and followed by class name. Now again it is raising an exception that main method is not found in the class C box. Let us discuss this a bit earlier. Now let us discuss how to write the methods in the class. As we discussed before, that the third compartment belongs to the methods or actions or operations that are going to be performed by the class. Now my class C box is going to be perform the operation or the method that is display method, and this is of the return type void, which is not going to return anything. This is like we can write the method. Now let us execute this one and let us see what outcome it is going to, that means what output it is going to give us. And this is the particular block belongs to the display method. Now let us execute this in the command prompt and let us see what it is going to be give as output. First of all, let us compile this one. It is not showing any errors. Now let us interpret this one. Again, it is writing the same exception that the main method is not found in the class, that is C box. Now let us discuss about how to write the main method in this class in Java. So in Java we can write the main method as public static void main followed by open parenthesis. In that we are going to write the command line arguments, that is string array. We are going to declare the array that of data type string, and it is followed by open brace and closed brace. In that particular block we can write anything that we want. In that, now I'm going to create the object for this particular cbox class. And how can we create the object for this particular cbox class? In general, we used to create the object with the help of the class name. Here also we are going to do the same. We have to write the class name followed by the instance name is as assigned with, we are going to write the keyword new followed by the class name, open parenthesis and closed parenthesis followed by semicolon. Here you can clearly observe that my class name is cbox. That's why I wrote cbox followed by object name. My object name is b is assigned with new cbox followed by open parenthesis and closed parenthesis, that is followed by semicolon. Here I created object. Now how I have to call the display method? So in Java we are going to call the methods with the help of the dot operator. That means with the help of the instance name and dot operator we are going to call that particular method. Here my instance name is b dot that particular method name display. Now let us execute this one. First of all, let us compile this one. It is not showing any errors. Now let us interpret this one. It printed length, breadth, height as 0. That means we can get a clarity that I declare length, breadth and height as a class variables. That means when we define the class variables, by default it is going to be store the value 0. I didn't assign any value for these variables. I just simply declared them as a class variables. Then after I simply print those values and it printed as zeros. So here we can conclude that whenever we are going to define or whenever we are going to declare the class variables, by default the value of the class variables is 0. So after writing main method like this, now here I wrote the method which is naming get data. There itself I assign the values, for length I assign 7.3 and breadth I assign 4.5 and height I assign 3.2. There you can observe I wrote length is assigned with 7.3 f. What if I wrote 7.3 and what if I wrote 7.3 f? There itself we can observe a difference. Whenever I wrote the 7.3 in the hierarchy itself, there is a double data type. That means whenever I declare the 7.3, it is going to be take that value as double. Whenever I wrote 7.3f, it is going to be take that value as float value. That's why I wrote the value 7.3f, 4.5f and height as 3.2f. Now let us execute this one and let us see what it is going to be print as output. In the main method you can observe I call the method getData with the help of the instance name and with the help of the dot operator b dot get data. Now let us execute this one in the command prompt. First of all, let us compile this one. As it not showing any errors, now let us interpret this one. Finally, it printed the values length as 7.3, breadth as 4.5 and height as 3.2. So in the method get data, I assigned the values. In the before, I didn't assign any values. So there you can observe the difference between when I assigned and when I didn't assign the values after declaring them as a class variables. Now let us discuss about how to pass the parameters to the method. In the get data method, I am passing three values of data type float. And here we can observe that the get data method len, bre and ha of data type float are going to be act as a local variables. And I assign length with len and breadth with bre and height with ha. Here the value that is going to be stored in the len is going to be assigned to the variable length. Similarly, the value that is going to be stored in BRE that is going to be assigned to the variable breadth. Similarly for HA and height also. As I said before, length is assigned with LEN, breadth is assigned with BRE and height is assigned with HA. In the main method, I passed the values 7.3F, 3.4F and 1.2F and those values got stored in LEN, BRE and HA respectively, which are nothing but the local variables. Now let us execute this one and let's see what it is going to be get as output. First let me compile this one. Java C, cbox.java. As there are no errors, let me interpret this one. Java cbox. It printed length as 7.3, breadth as 3.4, height as 1.2. So that means the values which I passed to the get data method, that means the value 7.3 got stored in len and that is going to be assigned to length. In the similar fashion, the value 3.4 is stored in BRA and that is going to stored in breadth. In the same way for the height also. Now let us discuss about this reference. So before going to know about this reference, let me do a small thing. What if I use local variable names as class variable names? That means I am giving same names to class variables as well as the local variables. Here you can observe in the get data method, my local variables are length, breadth and height, but my class members names also same. That means length, breadth and height. In the get data method, I assign length to length and breadth to breadth and height to height. Now let us execute this one and let us see what it is going to give as output. So here I assign length with length and breadth with breadth and height with height. Now let us execute this one and let us see what it is going to produce an output. First of all, let me compile this one. Java C, cbox.java. Now let me interpret this one. Java cbox. As it printed length, breadth and height as zeros. Why it printed length, breadth and height? If we write, that means if we are giving same names to the local variable names as class variable names, that means there is an ambiguity between the local variables as well as the class variables. That means it is going to be take as local to the local. That means here I am assigning length to length, means I am assigning local variable length to the local variable length. So for this, in order to get rid of this ambiguity, we are using this reference. So in order to get rid of this ambiguity, we are going to use this reference. Whenever we use this reference, then that reference is going to be represent the class variables. That means this reference is going to be represent the class variables. So how we can use this reference? Simply we have to write this. In between we have to place a dot. With the help of the dot operator, we are going to use this reference. When we use here this dot length means the class variable length and is assigned with length. That length is going to refer the local variable length. So we can get more clarity when we use this. So whenever we are going to use this, then that particular thing is going to be refer the class variable. That means here assigning local to the class variable or class member. Now let us compile this one. Java C, cbox.java. Now let us interpret this one. So we can compare both the outputs of the program before using this reference and after using this reference. So without using this reference, it printed all the values. That means all the length, breadth and height values printed 0. And after using this reference, it printed 7.3, 3.4 and 1.2. So this is about this reference. Thanks for watching. So if you have any doubts, let us know through the comments. Please like, share and comment and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.